Times and fashions change. In the UK and most of the world, the most popular cars used to be saloons. Then it was the hatchback, now SUVs, sports utility vehicles, are king of the hill. They account for almost 50% of new car sales, and customers want them powered differently too. EV sales are better than ever. The upshot of all of this is that right now, or right here, the most desirable cars for sale are fully electric SUVs.
And guess what? New ones are appearing every 5 minutes.
And here are 4 of the current crop: the Hyundai Ioniq 5, the Volvo XC40 Recharge, the Skoda Enyaq IV80, and the Lexus UX300e. To find out which is best, we're going to put them through a series of tests, looking at road manners, practicality.
There's loads of space. Look at all this.
And agility.
Oh, that's good. That was good.
With one car getting dropped on each round.
I am pretty sure which car I'm going to drop out of these 4 before the next round.
I'm very sure we're both on the same page. 4 cars, 3 tests, 1 winner. We'll start with a simple question: which car is better on the road? First up, the Hyundai Ioniq 5 Ultimate, which comes in at £48,546, does 0 to 62 in 7.4 seconds, and has a range of 300 miles. First impressions, I'm liking this. I'm liking the feel, the space age look.
When you see it coming towards you down the road, you go, ooh.
Yeah, so I think they've been brave and it's worked.
The wheelbase is longer than an Audi A6 because they've committed to the platform. They've gone for the bigger cabin, don't need the engine space, obviously. And the legroom at the back is bonkers. What do you think about a ride?
Very smooth.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, nice. And it feels sharp. There is a bit of sort of weightiness to it. So range, 295, but real world, with you driving,
230.
so that's not too bad.
And I tell you the other thing, what's particularly good with the Ioniq 5 compared to the other 3 we've got today is it's got the higher speed charging capability. So
Right.
you can charge up at up to 350 kilowatts. And 27 minutes, it went from 8% to 80%. 80%, you'll get 200 miles out of that.
So far, I'm impressed. I'm enjoying it.
On to the next one then.
On to the next one, I think.
The Volvo XC40 Recharge Plus. It's the most expensive car on the test at £51,250, and it does 0 to 62 in 7.4 seconds with a range of 263 miles.
Now, does it feel extra special?
I've got to be honest, it comes in at just over £51,000 for the base model, and to me, no. One, I feel dramatically like I'm in a petrol car. I mean, there's a button here. Well, there's not a button here.
Yeah.
There's capped off
There's
where
just
buttons should be.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm getting the full EV experience.
It's pleasant enough. It's a Volvo XC40, isn't it? The ride quality is good, the sound deadening is good, it's comfy enough in the seats, all of that stuff is
It's fine.
fine.
This screen, it's not a great size, it's not massive, but it seems like it's got big ears on it. I just don't think it looks as slick as it could look.
I don't mind the screen, but it doesn't feel like they've done anything extra special. None of it feels futuristic, which is what I think I want. If I'm going to buy an EV car, I want it to be a little bit of a nod to the future.
This car has a max range of 263 miles off a full charge.
But I think the thing that's worth keeping in mind is at the moment, the maximum charging speed on this is 150 kilowatts, which, to be honest, when you go to most fast chargers at services around the country, that's what they are, 150 kilowatts.
Yep.
But you'd have to assume the infrastructure is going to improve it. They're going to get to 250 and 350 kilowatts. And if they did, and you found one of those chargers, you still can't charge this up at that speed.
I don't feel like I'm in a progressive car, and that is bugging me slightly.
Yeah.
Time for the Skoda Enyaq. This is the IV80 Sportline, which is £42,915, does 0 to 62 in 6.9 seconds, and has a range of 326 miles. This is just under £43,000 for the base model.
That's 5,000 cheaper than the Ioniq 5. That's 9 grand cheaper than the Volvo. I mean,
That's a sizable chunk of change.
but it makes you feel extra special inside. I mean, there's like the detail. I love the door handles. I like the dash. You know, there's nice bits of trim around here.
This interior is luscious.
Yeah.
It makes you feel special. It makes you feel loved. I do have a couple of issues with it though.
Go on.
I still have an issue with this touchscreen that they sort of stick onto the dash. That screen's a bit big and in your face. Also, the screen I've got in front with my speedo and everything on, my gauges, that's weirdly small.
Yeah, it's really weirdly small.
Yeah.
I think the bigger downside is that the maximum charging rate on this is only 125 kilowatt hour. If you go to services on the M40, for example, they're already at 150. So you're already not even using the full potential of the chargers that exist today, let alone what's coming in the next 3, 4, 5 years.
The car's called a Sportline. I do feel like I'm in something a little bit sporty. It feels great. It's also got a range, supposedly, of 326 miles, which is the highest in the group, and I'd say pretty impressive.
So it's the highest range in the group,
Yep,
claimed range.
yep.
It's the cheapest on the
Yep.
group that we've got.
Tick, tick.
Tick, tick. And I'd say you probably feel the most special in here.
Finally, the Lexus UX300e, priced at £44,500. It does 0 to 62 in 7.5 seconds, but has the lowest range of just 196 miles.
Now, I'm gonna throw some numbers at you.
Okay.
Okay.
Come easy at me.
It's the oldest of the 4 cars we've got. This was launched back in 2019.
Yeah.
2 years older than the other 3.
Okay.
It's a bit more expensive than the Enyaq, but a bit cheaper than the Ioniq 5. So it's at 44,000. So it's a couple of grand more than the Enyaq.
Okay.
But crucially, it's got the smallest battery. So it's got the least range.
Okay.
It's got only 50 kilowatt charging capability.
It's not looking good, is it?
It's not looking good for a road trip car, is it?
No. The interior, I mean, it's quite stylistic.
But look behind you. I mean, genuinely, I don't know what adult you're going to put in that back seat.
I don't know what charge you're going to put in that back seat. I mean, there is this much space between the seats and the back of our seats. I mean, there's no room in there.
And I'm in a normal, like, I'm quite short. I'm only 5'7".
Yeah.
So, and I'm in quite a normal driving
I'm
position.
no giant.
Yeah, exactly.
But let's try and look for some positives now. Okay, I'm gonna point out. I'm clutching at straws. I like the colour of the power button.
I am pretty sure which car I'm going to drop out of these 4 before the next round.
I'm very sure we're both on the same page.
It's this one,
It's
isn't it?
definitely this one. It just feels dated. It's got very little range, small battery, and charging it is going to take a lifetime.
So yeah, pretty conclusive.
Yeah, it's gone. So that leaves us with the Hyundai Ioniq 5, the Volvo XC40 Recharge, and the Skoda Enyaq.